Hello everyone, how are we doing tonight? I know I haven't made a poem video lately, I've been busy with other stuff, but plus I've also been celebrating Autism Awareness Month. And tomorrow, you all probably know that I will be speaking at the state capitol as the month of April comes to an end. Comes to a close, I would say better. So yeah. So if you guys don't know this, I will be speaking at the capitol tomorrow, and if you guys ever do go there, if you ever get the chance, just go. Just show your support for Autism Awareness Month before April comes to a close. April was a fun month to enjoy, as I did everything to celebrate Autism Awareness Month. Yep, I decorated my hat that I got for my birthday last month. I even put blue stuff around it. Yep. And to tell you the truth, I also painted my nails blue because it was the first time I've ever done. It's the first time I've ever done that. Yeah, I've seen a lot of male individuals paint their nails black. For me, I just want to do blue, and this was the first time I've done it. So I'm not going to do this every other month. So I'll do it like next year. I only do it when April comes. So say like next year. So yeah, that'll be a tradition to me. End of story. So here we are tonight. Yeah. So yeah, tonight's poem video. Welcome to 179. The last one I did was 178. So let's see what I have in store for you for tonight on let's see what I have in store for you tonight on number 179. Tonight I've got a poem that I've held with me for the last couple of months. I haven't read it to you guys yet, so this one is based on something you probably heard before. Something that you've all dealt with throughout your entire lives, especially when you're trying to find your own character to express. Yeah. This is something that you've all dealt with before, especially throughout your entire lives, even when you went through adolescence as a teenager, even when you try to find your own character to express in your own ways of standing out on your own. So, I'm going to ask you all this question, and I bet you've heard this before. If not, I'll just tell you what it is. How many of you how many of you, and I quote, heard this word before called individuality? If you haven't heard that word, I've heard it. I mean, once in a song by 3 Day Grace, who was singing a song called Just Like You. And I remember while I was listening to rock music at that time, I found out what the song really meant. The song was about, and I quote from the band, saying it was about fighting for your individuality, but also finding your individuality as ever. Yeah, as ever. Being who you are, didn't have to be like everyone is these days, especially when it came to the popular and the cool individuals who always knew how to go looking for trouble like crazy in a way of crossing the line. So, allow me to tell you what the word individuality meant. Allow me to tell you what individuality means before I read your poem that is based on individuality, especially finding your own individuality / character. Or should I say, even better, finding your own individuality as it comes to finding your own character. Yeah, more likely, finding your own individuality sounds better. So give me 1 second. Individuality. Here we go. Allow me to tell you what the word individuality means. If you don't know what it means, this is where I come in reading this to you guys. Individuality, the quality or character of a particular person or thing that distinguishes them from others of the same kind, especially when strongly marked. Means you can be your own character, express how you really feel, and be who you want to be in a way of standing out on your own. You don't have to be like what everyone is these days, because if you end up being just like them, the only time that person or those people will ever be friends with you, I'm gonna put it like this to you all, because that's where I was before I found my own character as ever. If you continue to be like everyone is these days, especially when it comes to the popular and the cool individuals, I promise you one thing. You're going to be nothing but, how do I say this, a stupid individual that's been doing nothing but troublesome things for them, only for them to leave you high and dry and land you in the trouble section of troubleness. Means you're going to be the one in trouble, you're going to be in the trouble section, you're going to find yourself dealing with the consequences patrol, and there's no telling how you'll ever see the sun shine. So, before I read this poem, I have advice for those that are trying to act like those they think will be friends with you, except for one thing. You're gonna find yourself being the stupidity to them. Be your own character and definitely find your own individuality. You're better off standing on your own instead of trying to be like what everyone is these days. So yeah, remember that. Yeah, individuality. Let me tell you this. Individuality means you don't need to be like everyone is these days. You're better off being your own character, especially expressing how you feel, especially expressing how you really want to feel, especially expressing out how you. Let me put it like this. Individuality means be your own character, stand out on your own, express how you really feel in your own way, and be who you really want to be in your own way. You don't need to be like what everyone is these days. Be your own character, express how you really feel out of the gate, and become that person in a way of blending into what you want to be. More likely, be who you want to be in a way of expressing yourself out. You don't need to be like everyone else these days. Which is why I'm going to read you this poem that's definitely based on the word I just told you the definition of. I just told you the definition. The poem I'm about to read you is based on the word that I just put out the definition of, telling it to you guys. So yeah, this poem is definitely based on individuality. So get ready as I pull this out. Just give me 1 second. You don't need to be. All right. Sorry about that. Just clear my throat like I always do before I'm ready to read a poem. So here we go. This is my poem based on individuality. As I called this poem, actually, let me restart this. This is my poem based on individuality, as the name of it is called A Great Road to Individuality. Here we go. A great road to individuality. Finding your own character can be difficult, as I tell, because I remember that challenge coming from hell. High school, and I quote, high school, was a reckoning with the popularity throne, as if you were nothing but a non-existent stone. Then two aspects appeared on my road that gave me a brand new creative load. Art and poetry came into my journey as I felt safe, tried feeling the sweet movement of a creativity wave. Art spoke to me in a way I could really understand. When you have many colors coming to expand. Poetry brought out my true nature, while seeing the words to create and capture. The minute creativity made things so clear. I found the individuality that washed away fear. My character became someone who was very caring and kind, coming from a path that helped me escape from the blind. This wonderful power is one to have as you learn to create. Say hello to my individuality, opening a new gate. If you want to find a character that you can really embrace, make that character come true with a smile on your face. Embrace your individuality with something to express. I promise you, your character will be blessed. There you have it, my friends. That was the poem that I wrote. Actually, that was the poem I typed and called A Great Road to Individuality. That was the name of the poem, A Great Road to Individuality. So let me tell you all this. Whenever you want to find your own character and you really want to express how you feel, the best way to stand out on your own is to find your own character as ever. Be who you want to be. You don't have to be like everyone else. You don't have to be like everyone else is these days. Because if you keep acting like them, you're just going to fall into the stupidity section where you become nothing but the embarrassment and the stupidity jester that they've always wanted you to be since you first came across them. You are better off being your own character. And trust me, that's the best part about being your own. That's the best part about finding your individuality and being your own individual as ever. You're better off being your own character. You are better off finding your own individuality, and you're better off being the fellow that you want to be in your own in your own way, especially when it comes to standing out on your own. You don't need to be like what everyone else is. You don't need to be like what everyone else is these days. And that goes double for those in school trying to fit into the popularity cool section. Let me tell you that. Yeah, it's not a fun thing you want to do. You want to be the jester? Be my guest, because the second you become the jester, that makes you feel like as if you just landed yourself in the stupidity section where trouble will come looking for you, which is the last thing you want on your agenda and the last thing you want as an embarrassment. You're better off being your own character, especially in the way of finding your own individuality. There's a reason why I read this poem tonight called A Great Road to Individuality. So let me tell you this. Whenever you want to find your own character and express how you really feel in a way of standing out on your own, find your own character and translation, find your own individuality is always the best thing to do. So that way you're not being like what everyone is these days. That's why I say find your own individuality is better than trying to be what everyone is these days as ever. So I hope you all enjoyed this poem video tonight. This was 179. And I'm glad I got to do this because I have not done this in a while lately because I've been busy with other stuff, like I said, with everything I've been doing. Plus with school also. But with everything I've been doing as ever. So, as I say for tonight before I close this, tomorrow I will be speaking at the state capitol, representing Autism Awareness Month with an event called Color of Autism. Raising awareness at the Capitol. If you don't know this, I'm telling you this now. So tomorrow I will be speaking at the event. The event will run from 10 a.m. in the morning to 3 p.m. in the afternoon. Yeah, I'm just throwing this out. Yeah, just throwing this in. And to tell you the truth, I found my own individuality when it came to find out about my. Hey, sorry. Let me start right here. Let me start over. I found my own individuality when it came to find out about my diagnosis with autism. I was surprised and relieved, and ever since then, I've loved and embraced who I am because I found who I really want to be, where I didn't need to be like what everyone else is these days. You're better off finding your own individuality and a way of expressing your own self and your own character, especially when it comes to standing out on your own. You don't need to be like everyone else these days. That's when trouble really comes looking for you. So my advice to all of you, especially to everyone else around the globe, be your own character, find your own individuality, express how you really feel, and stand out on your own when it comes to finding your individuality. Finding your own individuality is always better as ever in a way of expressing your own self, especially in the way of expressing yourself out in your own character, translation, standing out on your own. I hope you enjoyed this poem video for tonight. Like I said, as my advice, I throw this out one last time. Find your own individuality. Don't be like what everyone else. Don't be like what everyone else is these days. You're better off being your own character, which is always a good thing. And being your own character can lead you to find your own individuality as ever. So I say this right out, my friends. Thank you for your time. And tomorrow we'll be speaking at the state capitol. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm not gonna say. I'm just gonna say this. I'm just gonna speak at the state cap. I'm speaking at the state capitol tomorrow. Hope tomorrow turns out to be a nice day. Only time will tell. Let's just keep our eyes open when the morning comes. So, as I say this, thank you for your time, and I'll see you guys the next time I make another poem video. Take care, and like I said, find your own individuality. Don't be like everyone else these days. That's when trouble really comes looking for you. Take care, and have a wonderful night.